What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Pigskin Pete. Happy Friday to everybody. Happy College Football Eve. I'm not going to lie, I don't feel good. But I did not want to cancel the show. So, I'm relying on you to carry the show for Pigskin Pete tonight. The number to call in, if you want to call in, because of course this is a call-in show, is 864-207-4522. For those in the back who didn't hear it, I'll say it again. 864-207-4522. The Big Ten starts tomorrow. I'll be streaming the sorry, I was looking at something over here. I'm watching this Tulsa and USF game here. This is a slaughter. Tulsa's 41-13. I already won a bet though. I bet over 50. It's over 50 now. So yeah, this is an ass whooping here. Anyway, tomorrow, Nebraska and Ohio State at noon. Same time Clemson plays Syracuse. Clemson and Syracuse will probably be over at halftime, if not before. So, nothing to see there. Ohio State, Nebraska at noon. The big game in the Big Ten tomorrow. There's a couple that are interesting, but really the big game in the Big Ten tomorrow is tomorrow night at 7:30. And that is Minnesota and Michigan. I will be live streaming that game. Doing a live hangout, reaction, whatever. And, I'm not going to call it a play-by-play because I don't do play-by-play. But it will be a live show during the game. Come hang out with me tomorrow night. And we'll watch the Golden Gophers beat the hell out of the Wolverines. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I'm interested in seeing Joe Milton, though. New quarterback for the Wolverines. 864-207-4522. Before we get to the phone lines, I want to make sure we do our proper intros. And, of course, the cheers to the chat. Every Monday at noon with Mark Rogers TV, right here on the Pigskin Pete YouTube channel, we talk about the games that happened the week before. We talk about what's coming up this week from 12 to 1 o'clock every single Monday afternoon. Make sure you tune in for that every Tuesday and Thursday at noon. The Lunch Money Show with myself and your boy Uncle Lou over on the Uncle Lou on YouTube channel. That show is a lot of fun. Make sure you check it out. We'll give you all kinds of bad advice, right? And you'll even get a chance, if you want to go head to head and beat Pete with your picks against the spread every week. This week, I'm going against Bama Mike. Right? And then every Tuesday, you get to go head to head with Uncle Lou and screw Lou. Yep. Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. with my man Bobby Durkins. Of course, every Wednesday and Friday night, 10 p.m. call-in show like you're watching right now. Then every Saturday, a live reaction to a college football game in prime time. I haven't done this in a while. Probably should do it more often. Come hang out with us. And when I say us, I mean everybody in the YouTube community, especially the college football YouTube community. Also some NFL guys in there. Doesn't even matter. The sporting YouTube community in general. Come hang out with us March 5th through 7th, 2021. Listen, guys, that's coming up. I know it seems like a long time away, but before you know it, it'll be March 5th through 7th, 2021. We're talking about 4 months, 4 or 5 months, whatever it is. Yeah, so make sure you make your hotel reservations. It'll be in Centennial Park, so get a hotel nearby. I mean, or just drive. I mean, I don't know, maybe you live in Georgia, just drive in that day. And we'll be doing a competition. A bunch of us YouTube guys will be doing a competition on Saturday. But we're going to get there on Friday, hang out, maybe go to dinner. I don't know. We'll see what happens Friday. But Saturday's the competition for a couple hours. And then the rest of Saturday is a free-for-all. Maybe go to the Koch Museum. Maybe go to the College Football Hall of Fame, which is right there. Maybe go out to dinner with everybody somewhere nearby that night. Hang out, have a good time. That's all it really is. I mean, I'm going to beat everybody on this list here and more. I'm going to win this thing outright. I mean, go ahead and put your money on Pete, and that's not a problem. But really what it is, it's just a reason for us all to get together and hang out. And we want you there. So come. Make plans for it. Mm-hmm. That'd be great if we could do that. Last and not least, howardsrock.net. I've had several people register for free. It's free. So go do that. Register for free. It takes 2 seconds. Had several people register and email me their proof of registration. I will be sending you guys, if you're watching, just wait a couple of days. I'll be sending you a coupon code that will zero out your order when you order a football. So just hang tight. Thank you all for the registered, and the rest of you should register too. We'll be doing some more giveaways here in the near future. Stay tuned for that. Mm-hmm. Antonio Brown goes to the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are doing whatever they can do to buy a Super Bowl. Who was it I was talking to on Wednesday night? Call-in show. Oh, Slim Shady Canes. Of course, he's a Buccaneers fan and a Hurricanes fan. I was talking to him. And I said very adamantly, the Buccaneers are not winning a Super Bowl this year. Well, they're doing everything they can do within their power to buy a... Are you all right, buddy? Listen to this dog over here. You all right, buddy? It's like he sleeps for 23 and a half hours a day, and then as soon as I come on air, he wants to follow me up here and start coughing. They're doing everything within their power to possibly buy a Super Bowl. We'll see how that works out. Something tells me anywhere Antonio Brown goes, it doesn't work out well for the team involved. So karma might be up to bite Tom Brady's old ass in his old ass. Let's see who's in the chat here, and then we'll get to the phone lines. Karma's a bitch. You know what? Even if the Buccaneers do win a Super Bowl this year, which they're probably not going to, they're setting themselves up financially for disaster in the near future. I mean, this is in college football, folks. There's salary caps, there's guaranteed money involved, all this stuff. They are trying to buy a Super Bowl, either this year or next year, and after that, they're going to fall off the map, son. They're going to fall off the map. They're going to be like the Dolphins, the Jets, right? The Giants. Who's in the chat here? What's up, Matt Dummett? Clemson Carson's in the house. What's up, buddy? Brad Pitt. Tiger Nation, my man. Luke Walker says Mertz is a baller. Mike 3883 says, let's go. JC, what's up, buddy? Tim Player. Rowdy Rocker. Jets and Yankees. Wow, Jets, Yankees. Talk about disappointing sports teams. I'm sorry, buddy. That sounds terrible. To GOAT Watson. He is the GOAT, by the way. Don't let him fool you. He is definitely the GOAT. Mr. Troll. That's a good name for somebody who doesn't really troll. Mr. Saturday. Yeah, happy Friday to you too, Mike, and everybody else out there. Hope everybody has a safe and amazing and fantastic weekend. Really do. I hope all of your teams win also, unless you're a Syracuse fan, which isn't going to happen. Yeah. Dennis Wilson. Anybody have any information on who has my turnover chain? It got snatched a couple of weeks ago. Who snatched it? Probably a Clemson fan snatched that thing. Snatched a soul right out of Miami too, didn't they? Same culprit. What's up, Bubba Clemson? Jordan Bowman. What's up, buddy? All right. Cheers to the chat. Oh, shit. You know what? Oh, God. If anybody's trying to call in and you can't get it through, there's a reason for that. Because I'm an idiot. That's why. Just hold on a second.
You have from the call-in studio web interface.
I totally screwed up. I didn't even start the call-in thing. So for anybody who's tried to call in and they couldn't get through, that's why. I just totally flaked out on that one. I'm a professional. Just proved that right there. Anyway, the number to call in now if you want to call in is 864-207-4522. Congratulations. You tried and you failed miserably. I failed miserably on that one. The entire point of the call-in show is for people to call in, and I didn't even open up the phone lines. That's pitiful. The forecast for today is partly stupid with 100% chance of dumbass. That's me. Most of the time, the dumbasses are the callers, but this time it was me. I'll take responsibility. That's part of being a stand-up man, is admitting when you're an idiot. So that was me just now. In the meantime, though, good afternoon. You're on with Pete.
Yo.
In the meantime, though. Yo.
What's up?
What's up?
So I was gonna say, how you think the Big Ten gonna go this year?
I think it's gonna be a lot like it was in the past couple of years. I think Ohio State runs the Big Ten the same way that Clemson runs the ACC. And I don't really think there's even a close second at this point. You know, I heard a stat today. This is an alarming stat, by the way. There are 20 five-star players currently on rosters in the Big Ten. 20. Guess how many of them Ohio State has on their team right now? How many?
Dang, I didn't even know that.
How many of those 25 stars in the entire Big Ten does Ohio State have on their team right now?
Maybe about 18.
16 of them. So you're close. So basically, they own more than 3/4 of the five-star recruits in the entire conference. Now, it's the same thing with Clemson in the ACC. It's there's 16 5-stars in the entire ACC, and Clemson's got 11 of them. So what do you see? You see Ohio State dominate the Big Ten every year. You see Clemson dominate the ACC every year, and that's the reason why.
Right. And I was going to say, it's funny because, like, some of them SEC fans talk about, well, they were dominating every other conference, blah, 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 blah. But then at the same time, it's like, y'all be getting exposed in bowl games. Like, what do you mean?
Well,
you know,
I don't know. I think the SEC is definitely proven to be the deepest conference, but then again, it's still Alabama pretty much runs the show over the past 10 years, right?
Right.
And you got another team or two who comes in, Georgia here and there. Obviously LSU last year, but really it's mostly the Alabama show. And every conference is like this, though. I mean, the ACC is run by Clemson, the Big Ten's run by Ohio State, and for the most part, the SEC has been run by Alabama. But I think Alabama has they have more teams that compete with them year to year than Ohio State and Clemson do in their own conference.
I could understand that. Yeah, so I feel like Michigan. I'm from Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
so like I feel like Michigan can win tomorrow, but then you never know because they do be choking in big games. So
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
man.
like I'm like one of the only Clemson fans probably that live in the state of Michigan. So
You're a Clemson fan. You live in Michigan.
yes.
Oh wow! How in the hell did that happen? You got work up there or something?
No, man. It's just like as I like first started watching college football, I see what Dabo does, and just the culture seems pretty cool. So
Yeah.
I just became a fan, and
Okay. All right. Well, hey, make sure you rep it hard up there, man. Um,
I definitely do rep hard. I be seeing your Twitter and stuff, so
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I like to piss a lot of people off on Twitter.
you do.
Yeah, I'm
And I
undefeated.
got a whole Clemson. I
I'm
got everything. I rep Clemson pretty hard.
awesome. That's great, man. I'm undefeated on Twitter. I'm not undefeated on YouTube though. I got a bunch of L's on YouTube.
Yeah, I feel like I'm undefeated wherever because I be going so hard for Clemson. Like people be trying to bash us, like we don't play anybody and all that type of stuff. Like, nah.
Well, hopefully that'll change, man. Hopefully we'll play Michigan one day. Never have. So. But
I think
all right,
they'll
man.
smoke Michigan.
Yeah, we smoke Michigan right now for sure. It wouldn't even be close. It wouldn't even be close.
Right.
No. Come on now. Stop with that. All right, man. I appreciate the call, brother. I got to get some other calls, man. I appreciate it, though.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. There you guys have it. First time caller. A Clemson fan in Michigan. How about that? I like it. I like it. Good afternoon, you're on with Pete.
Pete, sir, how are you?
Slim Shady Canes. What's up, brother?
And that bet on Tampa is looking worse and worse on you, sir.
Man, really with this Antonio Brown. Do you really want him?
No, I really don't. Be
Exactly.
perfectly honest with you.
Exactly.
I mean, I've already had to deal with the Keyshawn Johnson headache there, but I was talking to somebody earlier. I don't remember who it was, but I was telling them, I was like, maybe Tom Brady can pull the same thing he did with Randy Moss and kind of calm him down.
I mean, there does seem to be something there for whatever reason, and which is the weirdest couple in all of the NFL is Tom Brady and Antonio Brown. They got this some sort of a love affair going on. It's the weirdest thing. I can't really put my finger on it.
I've been trying to figure it out too. And when they said something during the off season, Bruce Arians was like dead set against it.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
what's with the change of heart? I don't know. Or
Yeah.
maybe it's just somebody over Bruce Arians. I don't know.
I think it's a football thing. I think what it comes down to is Bruce Arians is probably finally realizing, yeah, we're good, but we're not we're not good enough to win the Super Bowl, whether they're competing with Green Bay or Seattle or whatever team from the NFC you want to put in there. But it still seems weird. I don't know. Do you know the details of this deal? Because are they getting him at like a massive? I mean, are they paying him like whatever it is, the league minimum $1 million, whatever it is, $1 million for a season or whatever?
I haven't had a chance to look it up yet, so I know absolutely nothing other than
All right.
A buddy of mine called me and said it come across on his ESPN app that they had picked up Antonio Brown, and I heard he was going to Seattle. Like that's what the report was, that he was been talking to Seattle.
Right, that's what I heard initially. That's right.
So I mean, I disagree with you that they had the ability to compete in the NFC. I mean, they just tore Green Bay a new one. So I'm not getting where you're coming up with that.
Well, what's Green Bay? What 4-1?
Yeah, they were 4-0. Yeah, they're 4-1 now.
So what explanation needs to be given for that? I mean, they're 4-1. They lost a game. It happens. I mean, Tampa Bay's not undefeated, are they?
No, but I mean this isn't college. We're not expecting anybody to go undefeated.
Right. So what's your point?
But it's also the fact that, well, my point is, you said that you don't know if Tampa Bay could compete with Seattle and Green Bay.
I'm talking about in the long
Green Bay.
I'm talking about in the long run, not a one-game situation.
Well, and I understand that, but I mean, it stands to reason that lopsided of a game, they can pull out another one.
Yeah. I'm not saying Tampa Bay's
now,
not
Seattle, I don't know.
I'm not saying Tampa Bay's not good. Clearly, they've got the best players money can buy. They're like LSU. They can buy the best players. But seriously, man, I don't know, man. Like all things being equal, I mean, I think that Aaron Rodgers is a much better quarterback right now than Tom Brady is, because Tom Brady's old, and Aaron Rodgers is with the exception of, do you know? I know he threw a couple of, or he threw a pick six in that game. That was the first pick six he's thrown in like 3 years or something.
I can't remember when they said his last one was, but it was the third of his career, and it's the first game since 2016 or 17 that he had multiple interceptions in a game.
Yeah, right. So it's not the norm. It's it's the exception to the rule. So.
Yeah, but
we could circle back around to this, man. I think at the end of the season, you're going to see Tampa Bay. I mean, I think Tampa Bay will be there in the conversation. Don't get me wrong. They're going to run away with the South.
Obviously.
Yeah. So forget. I mean, they're making the playoffs, and they might be in the conversation there in the NFC Championship game. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to come down to those three teams most likely: Green Bay, Seattle, and Tampa Bay. I think those are the three best teams in the NFC.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that, and I don't even disagree with your point that right now Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback than Tom Brady. But my whole point is, with everything they have on offense in Tampa Bay, you don't need an Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, you need somebody who's not going to turn the ball over.
And that's exactly what Tom Brady won't do.
Well, here's the thing, though. Let's for fantasy land purposes here, let's say that Tampa Bay does make it to the Super Bowl. They get past Seattle. They get past Green Bay. They go up against a Kansas City, a Baltimore. Who else in the AFC?
Probably Kansas City, I would assume.
Yeah, probably. Can Tom Brady get into a shootout with Mahomes?
You're not going to have to. Look what a dominant defense did to Mahomes in the Super Bowl last year. Turned that game into a snooze fest.
So what's going to happen?
I mean, for the most part, they kept Kansas City. San Francisco shut down Kansas City for the most part. I mean, it was who could score 20 points won that game?
Well, here's what I will tell you, man. If you're a Tampa Bay fan, you better hope and pray and wish that Tampa Bay wins the Super Bowl either this year or next year, because after that it's going to be at least 3 or 4 years of misery.
Because unless they pick up somebody to develop behind Brady.
Yeah.
And I don't think Blake Bortles is it. That's for certain.
Blake Bortles, come on now.
But that's who they have behind him. That's who came in the game at that Green Bay game.
Yeah. All right.
And I'll freely admit, it is hard to make it to the Super Bowl. I mean, almost nobody does it back to back.
Mm.
And I'm not saying that they're going to cruise to it at all, but I think their odds just increased.
Yeah.
And then as far as this weekend goes, I don't think Virginia's going to put up much of a challenge. I think this is one of the...
I don't either.
Yeah, I think this is one of... I'm not going to say the worst, but one of the worst Bronco Mendenhall defenses. And then Bryce Perkins was their entire offense. Yeah,
I'm with you. Virginia's a massively disappointing team. Maybe they can do something in the offseason to make their team, but it's just... Miami.
Well, I
this,
mean, you can't.
Miami should win this game by at least 21. If not, that's a disappointment if you're a Miami fan.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, we're having some of the same exact problems with Derek King that Georgia's having with Stetson Bennett. The fact that Derek King's he's listed at 5'10". I don't think so.
Did you just compare Derek King to Stetson Bennett?
They're both short.
No. Please don't do it. Wrong. Just not listen, sir. I appreciate the humbleness from a humble Miami fan. But comparing Stetson Bennett to Derek King, come on now.
Well, I'm not. But what I am saying is, and take the Clemson game as a perfect example. I mean, how many of those passes Derek King got off were batted down? Several.
Yeah, well. All right.
So I'm making a comparison in that sense, but that's why I said we're feeling some of their pain.
Yeah. All right,
but
buddy.
Like you said, I don't think it's going to be a big problem against Virginia. I think I want to see what NC State does this weekend because we have them next week, and then actually we got a nice little stretch coming. NC State, Virginia Tech. I can't remember who the third one now is off the top of my head, but I mean that's a tough 2-game stretch right there because NC State's offense looks good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game tomorrow. By the way, between North Carolina and North Carolina State, and as a Miami fan, you should have your eyes all over that one.
I will if I can get my yard cut fast enough.
Yeah, but see, so Clemson doesn't play either one of those teams in the regular season, so I guess I could keep my eye on it. I'm interested just because it's a rival, and I want to see it. I want to see two things. I want to see can North Carolina bounce back from that heart-wrenching, soul-crushing loss to Florida State, and is NC State for real this year? Because I'm going to be honest with you, man. When NC State came in, after last season, I thought they were just going to be terrible, and they're not. They're not terrible, and I want to know if they're for real. So I'm looking forward to that game. That's probably to me the most interesting game in the ACC tomorrow is NC State and North Carolina.
Yeah. And then, I mean, it doesn't surprise me with NC State because it seems like every 3, 4, maybe 5 years they come up with a pretty good team and just snatch some dreams away from people.
Right. Yep. It's true.
And then you're going to have the dumpster fire that's going to be Louisville and Georgia Tech. Oh.
Yeah, that is a dumpster fire. All right, man, I got to go. I'm going to be getting off here soon. I just don't feel good, and I got a couple other calls to get. I'm not in my
I got you,
I'm
boss,
not on
man.
top of
Well, I
my
hope you get
game,
feeling
as
better.
they say. Huh?
Yeah. Hey, not you can't. All of them can't be 10s.
Well, today's a 2 for Pigskin Pete. How about that?
Well, I hope
buddy.
you get feeling better, boss. I appreciate it.
All right, man, I appreciate it.
Yep.
Hey, good afternoon, you're on with Pete.
Hey, Pigskin Pete, it's Ballard. How you doing?
What's up, Ballard? How you doing, man?
I mean, I'm doing great. I wanted to call in and get my thoughts on the whole Antonio Brown thing. As you know, I guess I don't know if you know or not, but I am a Buccaneer fan in the Tampa area. And here's the thing about Antonio Brown. As we know, he's one of the best receivers in the game right now. He's a really great athlete. And that's where there's a positive side to it. But with the whole drama in New England and the whole Raider deal and everything, I mean, his attitude is not the best, obviously. But what's funny is a few months ago, Bruce Arians was asked in a press conference about Antonio Brown, I think when he was a free agent after New England let him go. He was asked, do you have any interest in signing him? And he said, yeah, that's not going to happen. And now here he is.
Well, that was earlier this year, actually, that happened.
Yeah.
But you said that there was drama with him in New England. There really wasn't. So the drama was something that came up from before.
Oh, okay.
In other words, he was on the team already, and something from the past got brought up with his
it was like some allegations or some charges.
Right,
That's
exactly.
what I think is what it was.
Right.
Yeah. So it wasn't necessarily. It didn't really have to do with the organization.
Yeah. No, listen, the guy's a wacko. I'm not saying he's not a wacko, but he didn't do anything necessarily in New England to get cut. That just was an off the field thing from before. But do you know the details of that deal? Because honestly, I'm out of the loop. Again, I haven't paid attention. I
just know that it's. I think it's only a 1-year deal.
Well, I know that.
That's all I saw.
1-year deal for how much money? Does anybody know in the chat? Have they even said?
I have no clue.
I don't know.
I haven't seen nothing on it.
Right. So, anyway. It's like I just told Slim Shady. So you're a Tampa Bay fan too. What is going on here? What's up with all these Buccaneers fans? You're an Alabama fan, a Buccaneers fan. He's a Miami fan, a Buccaneers fan. What's going on around here?
Well, like I said, I'm in the Tampa area now. I'm an Alabama fan because my parents are from Alabama.
Okay.
And I guess I grew up watching the Tide and everything. And
right.
It's just in me, and I pull for the local teams, of course. Like the Rays right now in the World Series really need to step their game up.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so that's really how all of that is, I guess.
I understand. So tell me about your Tide this weekend. I've got them at -21. I think they're going to win this game handily. This is the one of the biggest games of the year in college football in a normal year. I mean, obviously, Alabama has owned this rivalry for the better part of how long? How long has it been since Tennessee's been Alabama? Exactly.
It was 2006 last time Tennessee beat Bama, so they're actually on a 13-game winning streak right now. 13 years.
My God.
Or I guess 14, but
that has got to be.
Yeah, I mean, do you see where Feinbaum said the other day? I guess the caller asked him about the rivalry, and he said it's not a rivalry anymore.
Right.
Or I don't see it as a rivalry.
Well,
I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that sentiment because I've even said the same thing about South Carolina, even though it wouldn't. I mean, Clemson's won 6 in a row. That's not even close to 13.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a historical thing, so I think it is still a rivalry. I mean, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's history back with Dooley or whoever, and the Bear Bryant times and everything. So I mean, historically, it's a rivalry, but there's certain things. And I even made a video about this and mentioned it in a live stream today. I said, look, I understand the whole deal with the win streak and all that, and Tennessee hasn't done this or that. But there are streaks and rivalries. There are win streaks and stuff like how many years in a row has Clemson beat South Carolina?
Well,
only like 6 or so, right? But I mean, it's a win streak. It's still a rivalry.
Well, it's still a rivalry because, see, things are different in every. This is what makes college football so special to me. Is
right.
A rivalry is defined differently in every state. For a state like South Carolina, who doesn't have any pro sports teams, I mean, we have the Panthers. Technically, we're sharing that with, or North Carolina sharing that team with us. But over history,
right? No
pro sports teams here, and 2 major college football programs, and that is South Carolina and Clemson. Clemson's owned the rivalry over history. I mean, it's 72-42-4, or 71-42-4. A Freudian slip there because it would have been 72 this year. But seriously. Clemson could beat South Carolina 25 times in a row, and I would still consider it to be a rivalry because it matters to everybody in the state. And I think the same can be said for. And I don't know. I'm not a Tennessee fan. Obviously, I'm not an Alabama fan. I've never lived in either one of those states before. But I could say that if you ask anybody who's a volunteer fan in the state of Tennessee, I guarantee you they consider it to be a rivalry. And I think most Alabama.
Oh yeah,
fans do
and
too.
Guys. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Still,
I mean, Go ahead.
No, I was saying still. Again, they could win 20 times in a row, and still be a rivalry.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I said something the other day on DVD stream. Of course, you're familiar with DVD. I mean, volunteer fans over there and everything, and they said that's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And now I like Paul Feinbaum. I feel like he's kind of one of the guys that kind of inspired me to maybe start pursuing a career in sportscasting and everything. So, I mean, of course, I respect the guy and everything. I listen to his show and all that every day. But, like, when he said that it's not a rivalry, I said, I got to stop you right there, man. I mean, streaks happen. And at some point, Tennessee is.
Paul said that, or a caller said that?
But a caller called up about it and asked Paul, and Paul was saying that it's pretty much no longer a rivalry.
Yeah, well, of course Paul would say that.
He's a Tennessee graduate, too.
Listen, he doesn't believe that. Yeah.
Well, either way, he still said it. I mean, and everyone heard him.
Yeah, he don't believe it, though. He says a lot of shit he didn't believe.
Yeah.
But guess what? Newsflash.
Yeah, right.
So do I.
Don't we all?
I know how it is.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, look, win streaks happen. You know, I mean, Bama could probably beat Tennessee for the next 20 years or whatever. It's still going to be a rivalry. Tennessee at home, which, you know, let's admit they're a good team. They have a couple losses, but they're not all that bad, you know. I mean, it's not going to happen, I don't think. I doubt it. But, I mean, if they pulled an upset, I mean, and it finally happens, they beat Alabama, I mean, it's a rivalry. If they lose, it's a rivalry. So, I mean, it just is what it is.
Anything can happen in college football, bro. So.
Yes, sir.
I mean, last year,
anyway,
I remember Alabama was favored heavily in that game, and they ended up winning by what? I don't know. I mean, what was the final score last year? Do you remember?
And last year's Tennessee game?
Yeah.
I think it was like
they ended up winning
35,
by like
21. So
yeah, so they won by
only 14.
They won by 2 or 3 scores, but the game was competitive all the way up until the midway through the fourth quarter. I mean, Alabama opened it up at the very end, but that game was good.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember because remember Tua got hurt in that game, and Mac Jones got his first ever start against Arkansas the week after. I mean, Tua wasn't looking great until.
The problem for Tennessee is, I think that obviously Mac Jones is much better now than he was last year.
Oh yeah.
I think Alabama's offense is even better than it was last year. I don't know about the defense; that's still to be determined. But Tennessee's offense seems to maybe have regressed. Or certainly, Jarrett Garantano has. So I don't know. I mean, I think Alabama's going to win this by 4 scores. That's my prediction. But and again, in the rivalry, who knows? And this game's in Knoxville, right? So who knows?
It is in Knoxville, yes.
We'll see what happens. But I think Alabama should win this pretty easily, honestly.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely one of my favorite rivalries. I'm sure you got a couple other calls, so
all right, buddy.
I'll hang up. But it should be a good one. Thanks for letting me call in, and roll Tide.
All right. Thank you, Ballard. Good luck to your
yes, sir.
Good luck to your Tide tomorrow. Not that you'll need it, but good luck to them nonetheless. I do believe there's a collision course coming between Alabama and Clemson. This is nothing new. I mean, it's not shocking or breaking news or anything like that. I just, well, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing Ohio State tomorrow and the weeks to come, because I think they are just so loaded. They are loaded, but they're always loaded, right? But I think you could see a collision course at some point between Alabama and Clemson, unless Ohio State steps in and beats one of those two teams in the first round of the playoffs. I just don't really see anybody else that's even close right now. Good afternoon, you're on with Pete.
Hey, Pete, Nate the Great, don't be late, a.k.a.
Nate,
Kingston. How you doing,
the
sir?
Great. I need to make you an opening soundbite. Nate the Great. I'm going to do that. You know, I'm going to make you this promise, Nate. I don't make promises to many people, so you should take this as a compliment.
I know.
You ready?
Yep.
I'm going to make you an opening thing here. So when you call in, you'll get your own opening soundbite. I'll do that before next week.
All right.
All right. What's up,
All
buddy?
right. Yeah, I know you said it's kind of like for special not people, but special members of your community, right?
Say what?
Is it, like this happens when this happens when rarely, right?
Yes, it's very rare. It is a token of my appreciation to you for being a caller every single week and being somebody that I truly appreciate supporting the show. So yes, it is rare.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And thank you for that.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir.
Okay. You're welcome. By the way, I was going to talk about the Michigan and Minnesota game.
Sure.
Battle for the little brown jug, but
hey, what's inside of that little brown jug? You got some moonshine in there? What's going on inside that jug?
I don't know. It was probably brown. I don't know.
Something illegal inside that thing?
I don't know. It was probably beer or I don't know, diarrhea.
Why is it such a secret what's inside that jug? I mean, there's no reason to have a jug unless there's something inside the jug. Right? So what's inside that damn jug? I got to know. You know what? It's better than having, the little brown jug is better than having the little brown window. You know what I'm talking? You know what the little brown window is, Nate?
Poop?
The little brown window.
I don't know.
Do you know what the little brown window is?
I don't know.
It's probably good that you don't know. I don't even know if I want to corrupt your mind with what the little brown window is. Anybody in the chat know what the little brown window is? Anyway, go ahead. I got off course there, but I don't know what's in that jug.
Okay.
I need to know.
Okay.
Somebody needs to report to Pigskin.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
Immediately, if not sooner, what's inside that effing jug?
Anyway, I think Michigan can win the first quarter, maybe first half, 21 to, for example, 21-7, I think. But in the second half, Minnesota might come back, will come back, or 28-21 Minnesota. Maybe the fourth quarter Michigan could, Joe Milton throws the ball to Ryan Bell for 48 yards from the Minnesota 38, whatever it is, and touchdown. I don't know.
That's very specific.
I just predict. Yeah.
Very specific.
I'm just predicting what it's going to be, but I'm just pretty happy and excited for that game and that other game, Nebraska and Ohio State. Like you said about it, anything happening in the college football or any sport. I'm just hoping for upset though for Ohio State. But Pete, I'll let you get some calls in and get well.
All right, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Nate the Great, don't be late. And he's never late. He's never late. Right. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow night. I want to thank everybody that came in tonight. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I do these college football live streams and uploaded videos year round. There is no off season for Pigskin Pete. Tomorrow night I'll be back at 7. Well, the game kicks off at 7:30, I think, Eastern time at Minnesota and Michigan. And I'll come on whatever it is, 15, 20, 30 minutes. We'll see before that. And so I'll be on there for whatever, 4 hours or so tomorrow night. So put the beer on ice, put the kids to bed. Hit the notification bell to make sure you get the notification for the live stream so you don't forget. If you're like me, you forget. Right? I need reminders. That's just me, though. Maybe you don't have a problem forgetting like I do. Make sure everybody visits howardsrock.net. There's a link in the description to this video and every other video I upload. Or you can just go to howardsrock.net. I mean, anybody knows how to use the internet these days, right? Even children. I got a 5-year-old son who could probably go to howardsrock.net if I asked him to. And here I am asking you to do it too. It's free to sign up and free to register. All you need to do is put a display name and an email address in there. We'll send you an email back with confirmation and a 20% off coupon to the NCAA store. Officially licensed NCAA gear. Maybe you don't want to buy anything. That's fine too. Just come register. Peruse the site. That'll help your boy out. You're all amazing and fantastic. I'll see you tomorrow night. 7 o'clock sharp. Be there or be square. Pigskin Pete is checking out.